cancel this. You know you can get a Windows VPS. Contabo is just hard to work with right now. There's got to be another VPS out there, and I searched and I came today locked and loaded. I got the MacBook Air in the top left, slim. I got Mash in the top right. She's a Mac Mini.
Someone else's life.
And Gal, a Mac Mini.
Trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know, truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Stay hungry.
I haven't gotten either of these set up with Openclaw yet, but I saved them for you because it's brand new. So you don't have to go buy a Mac Mini. And if you want to, you can watch this and see me fumble around, and then you'll be able to be a master at the end, right? Because you'll be able to see, okay, 2 Mac Mini setups, see the challenges. Okay, a Windows VPS setup. This is pretty much if you have a Windows laptop. Okay, solve that problem. This. And on top of that, we're going to go ahead and get into Ubuntu. And the reason is because $600 a pop for these Mac Minis. If I want to do things that others aren't doing because Jim Simon says do things that others don't do, okay, I'm going to do that, dude. And what's everybody doing right now? They're saying, oh, Openclaw is trash, or Openclaw, you should use local, or Openclaw, you should only use the API AI, or Openclaw, you should do this, do that. Dude, I'm just going to take all of that. Let me check out all of that. Let me go see what's actually working for me. I'm a data dog. My ideas are trash. I just throw a lot of stuff up and see where the data takes me. That's the best way. That's the best approach. That's always worked for me. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Just going to keep doing that. But we're up big today. $242,000. If I'm going to do what everybody else is doing, I would be over there debating about if I should run local AI or not. If I should get a Mac Pro or not. Now, let me test it all. I'll show you it all. I'll show you it all right now. But what else are other people not going to do? I don't think most people are going to try to launch 500 of these independently. 500 Openclaws working 24/7, 365 for me. That's where I'm going. So that's how I saved 242 racks, because I was about to spend 300 racks just for machines. Now I've got a way to get them down to $9.50 per machine. So that's the next part you'll see here is how to set this up on a VPS. You can get, these are commodities, they're everywhere. I'm going to try to set it up on a 6 GB RAM because Jane, who taught me a lot of this today, she's been running a hosting company for 20 plus years. Of course she knows the sauce, dude. She dropped all the sauce today. Saved me $240,000 just because we're connected through the internet somehow, some way. She drops 777 vibes all the time. But that is fire in the chat. That's why I keep the doors closed, dude, because if you're not in a good vibe, you don't got a good vibe, you don't deserve that stuff. You don't deserve that. But if you stay in a good vibe, if you give love to people, you say hello to that old lady walking down the street that hasn't been talked to in years, put a smile on her face. Put a smile on her face. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. You can have anything in this world as long as you leave with love. 777. That's so fire. 242 racks. Are you kidding me? I'm going to try on this machine. 6 GB, €7, 7.6 euros. That's $9.5. Let's go ahead and launch it. I'm going to go ahead and use an hourly because I'm probably going to show my IP address here today. I'll get this set up. I'll get these others too set up. Let's get it. Okay, we're going to go call this claw example. Pay and deploy. Yes, sir. I'm going to handle all this. It's going to give me an IP address at the end. It's not going to show you it directly. I probably will end up showing you it. I probably will. All right, so I think step 1 here is just do it on one of the Mac Minis. The Mac Minis are both top left here. I'll go ahead and make this a little easier. Let's put the Mac Minis on top of each other. Mac Minis top left and bottom left. My MacBook Air top right. Windows VPS bottom right. Ubuntu is coming soon. So I guess I'm going to do this 4 times because I'm already set up here with Slim. Slim Cracker. Let's go ahead and get to terminal here. How do I get to terminal on this machine is the question. Let's go to applications. Okay. And my approach here is going to be to install Claude Code first. That means I need to log in, but can I do this without Claude Code? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't even find the terminal, dude. That's my terminal, I believe. Yeah, it's my terminal. Launchpad. So we got to find the terminal first. Go to Finder here. Type in terminal up here. Okay, so we're going to find the terminal. Actually, one thing I didn't show you, dude, is this. So you have, okay, so Mac Minis, this process is going to be the easiest, right? So if you're paying 600 and you just want one machine, okay, I could justify that. But if you're trying to scale this, you want 500 AIs working for you for the rest of your life. Like I'm trying to make a massive swing at this because then I'm going to figure out things that nobody else will figure out. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to separate myself that way. So that means I need to buy a bunch of Mac Minis. That's 300 racks at least. Because you got to get keyboards. You don't have to get a keyboard for each of them, of course. But the one thing I did without you is I got Google Chrome. So I trust you can go to Safari and get Google Chrome for this, right? Oh, another thing I did without you is it got this app called Caffeine. Type in caffeine for Mac. Caffeine for Mac. And you probably can't even see this very well. So maybe I can go ahead and make it a little bigger here. Yeah. Caffeine for Mac. So 2 things I did without you this morning. I downloaded Caffeine for Mac. This keeps it always on. Oh, and another thing that I think is the best way to do this, if you're going to do the Mac way, Amazon sells them for cheaper than Costco. So Mac Mini for it. You can see it's a little cheaper on Amazon. Damn, it was $5.50 last night. $5.50 last night. Prices going up, boys. Prices going up. But I got something better. I told you I already saved 240 racks today. I'm happy. Happy days. Happy days. I have this thing. Let's see. Second screen. Laptop. I have got one of these cheapies and I like them. $50, especially for this use case, because when I was thinking about scaling this to like, okay, next step would obviously be like 5 machines, 5 Mac Minis, and then 10. God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm not going that route. Can you imagine having 10 computers here, let alone 500? Stop it. Stop it, dude. Fire in the chat. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with like, dude, that's just that's too rapid. I need to slow down. I should have made that mistake myself. I should have gone out and bought 500. I wouldn't have done that. I would have learned eventually. Somebody would have told me. But I wish I would have bought 5 yesterday, dude. If this is just like one separate computer, I see the use case for the Mac. But after a couple, like even my use case, I got 2 Mac Minis now. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at all. But if I had 500, yeah, that'd be crazy. Even if I had 10. So I like these portables because they're inexpensive and they're super, super light compared to a big ass monitor. Now, if it's going to be your Mac Mini for a desk, okay, that's one thing. But if you want 5 of them, these portables, this is just what I was getting. I had 3 of these in my cart last night after I'd already bought the Mac Minis. I got back from Costco. I bought 2 Mac Minis. And then I put 3 more in my cart with 3 of these because that's the trippy kit. I think that's slick. It's smooth. The Mac Mini plus that, it's so easy. It's just one little USB plug-in. There's no power cord for it. I'm still excited about that. I've got one of those that is connected to one of these Mac Minis. I can't tell you which one, but the other one's connected to just a monitor. But I'm like, damn, this monitor is big and clunky, and plug it in. It's not good when you're starting to think of like, how do I get 5 of these going? How do I get 10 of these going? How do I get 20 of these? You don't want 20 monitors, let alone 20 Mac Minis, you know? Anyways, there's one more thing that I have to show you here.
And now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up.
They're never going to catch up. I was going to show you this little USB plug-in because, again, I'm thinking like 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 Mac Minis. You don't want a screen for each of them. So if you don't have a screen plugged in, they'll just die and you won't be able to remote desktop in. Right now, what I'm using is Chrome remote desktop. I'm able to remote desktop into any other computer. So I'm on the Mac Minis right now. But in order to keep this active, you got to have a screen connected. You got 50 Mac Minis. Are you going to have a screen for each? Probably not. There's some sort of thing. You can just ask AI. It's like some key, pretty much a USB plug-in that will keep it, or it emulates a screen. So it's like tricking the Mac that, hey, there's still a screen connected to this. I don't know the name, but